Alright, here we are. So Eustace was like, why are you still here, like a bad spell? And Fender's like, hey there, little buddy, listen, Miles here is working for me now as an associate. Into a farm. Eustace means farce, of course. Simple slip of the tongue. Seemed like a reasonably apt choice of words to me. I know who you are. You are Simeon Saint's attorney. Sick him. You tell that pervo where to go. And now, did I hear you correctly that Mr. Edgeworth has joined the defense team? But a prosecutor is a public servant. You would draw your sword on the goddess to work for personal gain. It's not a problem if I'm not getting paid, though, correct? Oh, wonderful. So you all work without reward. The goddess would surely approve. He's a regular philanthropist. Here he is. Judge Gaviel, I was hoping to ask about the grounds for Simeon Saint's arrest. That information is on a need to... Hi, Eustace. No, I was just asking Judge Gaviel. A real wiener, indeed. How is it a verbal combat if you won't let me speak? Still, this could prove useful. Fine, we'll do as you suggest. Now if you could begin by telling us what Mr. Saint was arrested. There will be no need for that. Eustace, we should... I love that this kid's so dumb and helpful and very dumb. Tell me everything.
What's the tea, sis?
I think you meant to say you would be the one running rings around me. Sure. He has no catch lights in his eyes and it bothers me. Yes, I would like to know why you arrested that man. Evidence of him all over that thing. Winningly conclusive proof. Okay, Pokey Pig. Winner by name, winner by nature. Where do I even begin? Yes, we'll go with that. Honestly, does he ever shut up? You said that you were the one who arrested Mr. Saint. But do you even have the authority to do so, Mr. Winner? Oh, good. Okay, good. Of course, that's what he meant. This is clearly going to take a while. A shame, really. Given that I'm much more interested in what Judge Gaviel is silently thinking over there.
Hold it!
I'm just checking, but you do know who it was you arrested, correct? It sure was. Good job. You get a cookie. Good to know he remembers that much, at least. First-rate reason.
Hold it!
Rock solid, you say? I'm impressed. No, you're just the chump I met in the jail. I mean, the evidence we found is certainly rather damning for Mr. Saint. Perhaps you should tell Mr. Edgeworth about it, Eustace. Evidence of him all over that thing? Sir.
Hold it!
Evidence of him was all over that thing. Could you be a little more specific, Mr. Winner? Sure. Stop messing around. The onus is on you to provide a comprehensible testimony. Come now, Eustace. I'm sure Mr. Edgeworth and his friends would be very interested to learn how you cracked the case. They certainly look keen to hear about it. Sure. Come on, kid. Let's go. My tiny little mind, eh? Yes. Uh-huh. I would not at all. Please amend your testimony. By all means, please do. Yeah, he delivered that.
Objection!
Music drops out. We are correct. So the fingerprints on the chess set are the ace up your sleeve. The one on my what? Oh dear. The chess set up the ace's sleeve. Oh dear. Only your winning hand is a busted flush. Well, you see, it was Simeon Saint who brought that chess set to the victim in the first place. Therefore, it's only natural that his fingerprints are all over it. That took a while to sink in. In conclusion, those fingerprints aren't proof of anything, and Mr. Saint's arrest was premature. Oh no, do you need a dictionary, young man? The incident took place here within the walls of this facility, and being neither a guard nor a prisoner, it makes very little sense to suspect Mr. Saint. Dawning realization comes slowly for Eustace. Now what? Alright. One of us belongs in the NICU, and it's certainly not me. That is a face. What are you doing? Did he only just work out what that word means? Being fast and being good are two different things, and you're going to learn this sooner or later from some poor woman. Saint isn't.
Overruled!
Eustace. Judge Gabrielle. Forgive me, Eustace, but if I may. Well, the particulars of the suspect are indeed fascinating. Don't we have something a little more impressive to share with the prosecutor? If you wouldn't mind, Mr. Edgeworth. Eustace made an ingenious deduction concerning the murder weapon. Perhaps you would like to hear it. Duly noted. I am prepared. Will this ingenious deduction explain why Mr. Saint was arrested? Judge Gavial deliberately diverted the conversation away from my line of questioning. What exactly is she up to? Okay. If nothing else, his testimony this time is a little more comprehensible than the last. Winner Eustace, prosecutor extraordinaire, eh? With the epithet. More like winner, useless prosecutor extraordinaire. Inside the chessboard, I suppose there's only one way to find out. I don't love that you can't investigate this previous. There's nothing in here but chess pieces. He seems pretty convinced the weapon was hidden in here somewhere. Better take a closer look. What? The stiff lining at the top opens like a flat door. Indeed, more than enough to hide something like a small knife.
Objection!
Edgeworth, you startled me. I fear you've not been listening, Mr. Winner, or perhaps you've simply forgotten. The detention center is outfitted with a security gate. Yeah, and... The security gate acts as the metal detector, Eustace. We must pass through another one on the way to the prison itself, remember? He definitely didn't. It would have been impossible to smuggle a metal blade through such a gate into the facility, which would seem to blow a rather large hole in your reasoning, Mr. Wynn.
Overruled.
Are you telling me that the chess set wasn't put through the metal detector? Fired, all of them. It was my pleasure. Now, Mr. Edgeworth, if you would be so kind as to begin your cross-examination. Cross-examination? It's like she's holding a trial. Well, no matter. Let's see how well this ingenious deduction of Mr. Winner's holds up, shall we?
Hold it!
Metal blade, you say? Do you have any evidence to support this? Wait, yes. It appears they're not yet aware of a certain other piece of information. Yes. Stupidity. But do we just do this immediately? I don't have it. I thought I had the The carving implements. Piece of information.
Hold it!
The fact that such objects are strictly controlled doesn't mean they're actually forbidden. And that avenue of inquiry was conscientiously pursued, as you no doubt recall, Eustace. The item was tested, okay. I suppose he's referring to the scissors Mr. Solid was using.
Hold it!
Outside. What does that mean exactly? The opposite of inside, you numbskull. Was that an attempt at clarification or a put down? Because it clearly accomplished neither. What Eustace means to say is it must have been brought in from outside the prison by Mr. Saint. Why are you crying? The feeling is mutual, believe me.
Hold it!
But no murder weapon was found at the crime scene, and there's nothing inside the chessboard either. I'm curious, Mr. Winner, do you also have thoughts about where this weapon might be? Is there a problem with it? They hid it somewhere inside the prison. That seems unlikely.
Take that!
You searched yourself, did you not? I'm starting to worry about your memory, Mr. Winner. Didn't you and the good judge search the prison with Warden Lagarde? And didn't you fail to find a likely murder weapon? You just missed it? Alright. You're saying your search wasn't entirely thorough? You, the so-called winning rookie. It's not very hard. Eustace. Calm yourself. Breathe deeply. Do not allow your opponent to get under your skin. Edgeworthless. Oh, I've never heard that one before. I'll thank you to leave my name out of this. Alright, Kay. Not you two, please.
Objection!
But what you are proposing is impossible. And this proves why the culprit couldn't possibly have taken the weapon out of the prison with them. These...
Take that!
More memory trouble, Mr. Winner. Now you're forgetting things you yourself said. Sure I'm not. Surely I'm not. Oh, so you remember what I said? I'm impressed. But perhaps you might be better served by remembering this. Child, I swear to God. It would certainly seem that way. How did you pass the 3rd grade, let alone the bar exam? There's a security gate at each of the entrances to the detention center and the prison proper. Coming from the prison, anyone leaving the facility would have had to pass through both of them. 2 gates, both fitted with metal detectors. So as you can see, there's no way anyone could have taken a weapon out through the gates. And therefore, there is no way the murder weapon could have left the building. Man, that big red angry welt on his face is upsetting. In which case, Mr. Edgeworth, perhaps you would care to tell us where you think the murder weapon might be. And still here on the premises, that's the only plausible conclusion to be drawn. Because you were never going to find anything to begin with. Not while you were laboring under the misconception that it's a blade you were looking for.
Take that!
This footage taken from a security camera trained on Knight's holding cell. Now, watch it for yourselves and see. I'm glad the dog worked. Because I did not pick the tape. This footage captures the moment the victim was attacked by a black dog. More than sufficient proof of how he really died, wouldn't you say? Yes, it is certainly significant. So now we know that Knight was, in fact, killed in his cell by a vicious dog. A dog that moved the victim's body to the prison workshop post-mortem. We know this thanks to an eyewitness who saw the dog in the workshop when the body was discovered. Of course, I think we can all agree there's no way the dog could have planned such a crime itself. Indeed, I fear it may be his handiwork after all. That's quite enough of that, Mr. Edgeworth. Judge Gabriel. You are correct that this footage is an important piece of evidence. But it also raises an important new question. A question that I suspect you've also been asking yourself. She's right. There's one major problem with my version of events. The black dog, the one that belongs to one of the inmates. How did it move between the holding cells and the prison proper at will? I have no idea. The truth is, I don't know yet. Can it, Wonder Boy?
Overruled.
Until the defense provides an adequate explanation, the court cannot accept your line of logic. That is all. This court is adjourned. But wait, there's still so much more to explore.
Overruled.
Court is no longer in session, Mr. Edgeworth. If you would be so kind as to leave the courtroom. Court was never in session in the first place. Once again, this court is
Objection!
We may not have all the answers yet, but you haven't explained anything either regarding Mr. Saint. What do you mean? Just as we don't know yet how the dog was made into one of the detention center's holding cells. You can't know how Mr. Saint could have made it inside the detention center, let alone the prison either. He would have been allowed as far as the visitor's room to see his friend, but no further. So it's hard for me to conceive how he would have committed a crime in the first place. He had no access. I did not read that correctly, but we're just going to gloss over it. Judge Gaviel, I believe it's your turn to provide some proof. Proof that Simeon Saint was able to enter the prison.
Overruled.
Courtney, shut the fuck up. What? I actually have something. Now seems like as good a time as any. And I suppose you've been kind enough to share your own theories on the case. What's she building up to here? Mr. Edgeworth, I suspect you don't know what Mr. Saint does for a living, so allow me to fill you in. He is a circus performer. A what? Yes, perhaps you've heard of the Berry Pig Circus. Yes, unfortunately, my sister has quite the beef with them. Important in what way exactly? A big meeting of some kind, perhaps? You see it now, I assume. As I am sure you are aware, a show was held yesterday for the prisoners' entertainment. A show featuring animals and performers, performed by members of the Berry Big Circus. So yes, Mr. Saint was allowed inside the prison as part of that show. A fact that has been confirmed beyond reasonable doubt. She held on to that fact until the last possible moment. She let me run with my own theory, and only afterwards did she use it to reveal the truth. Wait. That must be why she steered him into a different topic back then, too. Shut up, Eustace. This has nothing to do with you. Gentlemen, this court is well and truly adjourned. I may offer a word of advice, Mr. Edgeworth. Your conduct as a prosecutor is already in question. You would do well to remember that you were removed from this case for that precise reason. What are you trying to say? That the committee reserves the right to confiscate your badge at any time. Should you wish to retain it, you would do well to avoid crossing paths with us again. Is that a threat? The goddess of justice is compassionate, Mr. Edgeworth, but she's not endlessly forgiving. Oh, and one last thing. You are no defense attorney. Abandon this foolish pretense. Thank you for your concern, but I do not abandon anything. What I start, I finish. Well, do try to remember that two jobs are not one and the same. That a defense attorney is expected to develop something of a bond with their client. Next time, finding out your client's real occupation might be a good place to start. Now, I really must be going. May the goddess of justice watch over you all. Later. Ya bitch. Not just you two. Guy took me for a ride too. What's his deal? Good question, Fender. Don't worry, Founder. I have no intention of resting. Nevertheless, our assumption that Mr. Saint couldn't have entered the prison has been proven false. Which means we'll need to restart our investigation from square one, I'm afraid. To be continued, indeed. March 28th. Pension Center. Visitor's room. You withheld information from me. Why? That's irrelevant. You're still a member. Oh. You're a dumb fucking asshole. I thought I made it clear that I believed in you. Shut up, Fender. Is there any other client scaring tips you want to share? So many. You're really not helping, Fender. And at this rate, it sounds like we really will need to question him about everything all over again. He's an animal tamer. No, 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 no. It's money! Looks pretty tame already to me. Old-timey organ grinders. Not now, money. I'm trying to owe you, little scamp. Uh-oh. That monkey carried a tuba around in a previous case. I just want to point that out. They have made him tiny and cute for no reason. Something tells me it's the organ grinder who's being monkeyed around. When we spoke to you before, you said you worked at a company. Gopher. If you've played the previous games, you know this song. I am not some kind of creature, Fender. So this line manager, was she working with you on the show? She's usually the one performing. You did, huh? Oh, Money looks so sad. Sorry, Money. So only 2 members of the circus are relevant to this case. Does Money get a profile? No. We don't even know his name yet, so I guess not. Alright, talk me through your movements here at the facility. And that was when you brought him the chess set? I see. Workshop A. There was like a cage and tarps in there. Workshop A, where Knight's body was found. It was all set up. We did a run through and it must have been, oh, midnight by the time I left? Okay. So Mr. Saint was the only one of the pair to have entered the room where the body was found. And Knight's body was found immediately after the show had ended. Do you have any idea why you were arrested? Never underestimate the power of an undeveloped intellect. There we go. Excuse me while I add that one to the list. Settings, moderation, locked terms and phrases. Paste. When I was moving all this stuff, I went to go see how he was doing. Bronco, I mean. Okay. You went to the holding cells on your own. Tell me you had permission. But you'd just seen him earlier the same day. Why take the risk? You don't have any family. Losing one's father as a child, I know that pain all too well. Everybody's an orphan. It's a D&D campaign up in here. There was nobody else nearby when you went to see him. So the assumption is that something happened while the two were alone together. At least I imagine that would be Winner and Judge Gaviel's thinking. In any case, I think we'll need to speak to your boss next. Yeah, we'll be back, Simeon. Yeah, the Dead Parents Club. It's fun in here. Unfortunately so, I'm afraid. Thank you for sharing such personal details with us. By the sound of it, you had little reason to kill Knight. If anything, you're the one most affected by his passing. And what's more, I simply don't believe a person as gentle as you is capable of murder. Oh, Edgeworth. Since when? Since when are you so easily swayed? Rest assured, we believe in you, and we will get you out of here. Don't seal clap at me, you fucking weirdo. Gross. I did. An attorney is a friend to the friendless. I didn't realize Talk Like a Pirate Day had come early this year, Funda. You never know when a pirate will strike next. Is this a reference to a game that hadn't come out yet when this was released? I felt like there's been a couple references that they've snuck in to games that were not yet released when this game came out originally. But since this is like our first translation, they've just sort of snuck that shit in. Anyway, kid, you want some candy? I want some candy, gimme. You don't like sweet stuff? Bummer. I wouldn't mind a nice ship myself. You gonna steal one, you little shit? A great thief scallion for the Dread Pirate K. Yahar, me hearties. We'll sail the seven seas together and claim the greatest treasure of all, the truth. Alright, you know what? Shiver me timbers, you two will be the death of me. I'm gonna have to look at the old translation. Come on, let's set sail for the prison yard, but no sea shanties on the way, please. Way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises. The shutter's open. Oh. That's the way out to the yard, I believe. Someone's excited. So this is the famous yard. Hi sir, welcome in. The circus performance was taking place here just before the body was discovered. I would say it's almost always Edgeworth. Well, we almost got fired. Judge Gabrielle was like, hey, if you don't stop fucking around in my investigation, I'm gonna take your badge. I'm just like, bitch. So she's literally threatening us to get us off the case. But Edgeworth refuses, because Edgeworth. Most of the prisoners were assembled here when the body was discovered. Which means that anyone who saw the show has an alibi. Alright, time to take a look around. Oh god. Okay, Jesus. This is violent. No, bad elephant. Cease and desist, you beast! Oh, poor Kay. Clunk, 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 clunk. Yep. It's Regina! Oh no. How old are you now? Your elephant nearly ate me. She'd never do a thing like that. This is Regina Berry. We don't know anything about her yet, but it's Regina Berry. Azia doesn't even bite, at least not very often. Alright. So she does have a taste for human flesh.
How do you like meeting a real live elephant up close? Aren't you glad you did?
Glad I didn't die. Yeah, me too.
But you did have fun, right? Right?
Fender, no. Don't mislead the poor girl, Fender.
She did? Oh, I'm so happy.
Get him.
Oh, another new friend. Isn't this just the best day ever?
I am Associate Defense Attorney Miles Edgeworth.
Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. I haven't even introduced myself. I'm Regina. It's nice to meet you.
Yeah. Mr. Associate Defense Attorney's great associate. Alright. This self-introduction brought to you by the word convoluted. Yep.
Oh, she's not just any elephant. That's Azia, the Asian elephant.
Azia, stopped a second. You really have a way with animals. Well,
I wouldn't be much of an animal tamer if I didn't. That's right, Regina Berry, head of the Animal Taming Department, Showbiz Division, Big Berry Circus. Very big circus. It's lovely to meet you all.
You only think you are, Fender. So much for whipping me into shape. What are you muttering to yourself about, Kay?
Hey, Steve, that sounds like fun. My animals and I have stolen the spotlight quite a bit in our time. But what's the fun without a show? The down low sounds like it might get me down.
It would indeed appear negotiations have broken down. Maybe next time, Kay? Alright. How old are you now? She was very underage in the previous one, and everybody was in love with her, and it was very upsetting. Oh, she's 17. Great. She's still not legal, and everybody's still gonna fawn over her. It's gonna get creepy. Indeed, and when sole need of information in addition to evidence. Therefore, we should make an effort to talk with any persons of interest as well. Okay, well, let's wander around first. Oh, Frank's here. That's what I wanted. Frank. These shows must have been for the audience. Really? Why? Not personally, I've told other people to do it though. I'll consider it. Simple, sturdily built well. I wonder if it works. I wonder if it is the work of the prisoners. What? Indeed. Yep. 30 pounds, I guess. What exactly were they being used for, I wonder? Must be the stage for the show. I'm sure the police would be very eager to attend. Little pond. Who are you shouting at? I only see water striders. So much for the goldfish. There's just a fish carcass here, it's fine. Yeah, sure, what have you got to say for yourself? Yeah, sure. If the performance is a good one, it can certainly be entertaining, yes. A chance to escape reality, however brief, can often be a powerful tonic. Like the circus? The fence. I suppose I should examine it too. It is part of the facility after all. He's right, I should also look over the show set and the equipment just in case something useful turns up. Stay away from her, she's 17, you fucking weirdo. I suppose that's because her head seems to be up in the clouds. I can think of somebody who very much enjoys cracking the whip. Trust me, Fender, one crack of her whip and you'll be running for the courthouse doors. Well. That was, unenlightening. Danger, high voltage. Given how protective the warden seems of a little bit of a... I imagine it's to keep the riffraff like us out. Elephant. Elephant. An Asian elephant named Azier. And one of the Berry Big Circus's many animals. She certainly seems very fond of petting humans based on what we've seen. Elephant? Well, most humans. Are you telling me she thinks I'm one of her kind? How comforting. What's this? A wicker basket, or rather a cart given the wheels. I suppose they must have been using it to move things around. No. Where did any of this come from? Is it ADHD confirmed? Still appears to be locked. No, if we deem it necessary, we will simply ask for the key. Click out of this thing. You're free to shine somewhere else, but you'll not make an audience out of me. Let's talk to Frank first, because he's weird. This won't take long. Oh heavens, I do apologize. Ever since I came to call this place home, I've been working on my interpersonal skills, you see. In order to be as annoying as possible. I'm currently helping out with the circus's stage show and tear down and clean up. But if you have need of me, I'll do my utmost to help. I'm just chipping in and doing what I can, model prisoner that I am. Yes, my stay at this prison has seen me reborn. The Frank you saw before you is a changed man. A changed man who now targets the recently deceased. No, you misunderstood. That was just a moment of madness. A moment, yeah, You're right, of course, I can't deny it. I have a long way to go. As a thief? Anyway, as you can see, I have a shiny new bracelet now. So it's a straight and narrow for me. Like I said, I'm a model prisoner. Not that a real model prisoner would need to keep telling me that. I'm doing everything I can to prepare for my eventual return to society. You murdered a woman in cold blood. I don't think you should be going back into society. That's right. Only 2 inmates were absent. Saw it in Kansas. Kansas? No, Kansas. Why didn't you tell us about Mr. Canis sooner? Oh, that. Look, I don't think there's an inmate in this prison who'd talk about him if they don't have to. Well, you could say he's the real one in charge around here. You didn't hear it from me, but, well, I guess it comes with being the fixer. The fixer? Yes, anything you need, he can get it for you. I heard he has a secret way of getting things into the facility. I imagine being the fixer affords Canis certain privileges. Not that I concern myself with such things anymore, of course. I'm far more interested in perfecting my mud pack application technique. And what are these mud packs exactly? They're a special type of mud treatment, rich with minerals. It works wonders on their coats. I've been practicing on the animals here in the prison. I hope to treat them all eventually. Speaking of mud, that reminds me of a certain piece of evidence. Maybe I should try presenting it to him. Let's try this first. I'm afraid I wouldn't know anything about that. As I said, I have nothing to do with this incident. I don't think that's quite true, is it? Oh, but it is. What you see is what you get with me. No bluster, no lies, no false pretenses. I'm a model prisoner. No false pretenses. That rug on his head would say otherwise, but maybe I'd better keep that to myself. Oh, maybe it's this. And that's the rubber glove I dropped. Would you care to explain why it's so dirty? Oh, of course. That mud's from one of the pet treatments I've been practicing. I was giving one of the animals a mud pack right when the incident happened. I see. About what time would this have been? Let's see. The show had already started, so around 9 AM perhaps? Thing is, the more mud I applied, the more in the zone I got, and the darker the animal's fur became. What the fuck? There's no trance quite like the trance one enters when one slathers an animal with thick black mud. I think the stress of prison might be getting to him. Of course, it's all thanks to the warden that we have access to such wonderful distractions. I'm eternally grateful, truly I am. Alright, you fucking weirdo, why? Well, I guess I don't have anything further to ask you. I'm having a hard time keeping my eyes open. If you're the head of the animal training department, you must be Mr. Saint's boss.
That's right, my dad founded the Very Big Circus. But he passed away. He was murdered.
Everybody's in the Dead Dad Club, let's go!
But we have a new ringmaster now, and he's made the circus bigger and better than ever. He's such a nice man, and he was a good friend of my dad's, too.
That's Mo.
I know, right? It was his idea to set up departments like animal taming and magic and ventriloquy. Only animal taming and ventriloquy have more than one person right now. But the Very Big Circus is getting bigger and better day by day.
Do you mean Ben and his dummy? Today might be a struggle, true words never spoken. Yeah, I'm suffering. I'm so tired. I don't know how much sleep I got, but it was not very much. They're getting on well, I'll leave them to it. I'm fucking exhausted. I'm sorry, man. I know you're doing the 2 jobs thing. How is that working out for your sleep schedule? Worked over 12 hours and didn't get to bed before 2 AM. Oh no. That's super rough. I don't think I got to sleep until like 6 or 7. Jobs are fine, even sleep. When I got home last night, my wife had the debate on. Oh no. Can you tell me about the show? So I decided I needed to drink to deal with that shit. Yeah. Yeah. I did not watch it very on purpose. I did not want to torment myself. I asked her if she could turn it off. Yeah. Her roommate came and got the dog. Yeah, I don't. There is no such thing as a real debate with the orange man, in my humble opinion. No. The giant diaper-wearing Oompa Loompa, is a problem.
Oh, it's a wonderful thing. It even has a story. And not just any story, it's a love story. Isn't that dreamy?
Sounds like a regular riot. Alright.
No, silly, that would be Asia. And she falls in love with none other than Regent the Tiger.
Hi, Regent. It's been a hot minute since I've seen your dumb face around. Stay the fuck away from me.
It's a heart-rending saga of forbidden interspecies romance.
Yeah, it sure does.
And that's not all, it's a love triangle too. It's so romantic.
It certainly does. So the elephant is the heroine, I suppose, there's a first half for everything. Who is this as well?
Oh, that would be the big old meanie who tries to tear our star-crossed lovers apart.
It's Money the monkey. No, the lion's dead. Given that it's a circus, perhaps a lion.
Nope, it's a sneaky monkey.
That's certainly lowered the stakes. She does mean money. Nope, again? Oh.
The role of the monkey is played by Simeon. Money's far too small to play against Asia and Regent, silly. Anyway, the evil villain tries to tear Asia and Regent apart. What will become of the fated twosome? It's so exciting, isn't it?
It's, something. So Mr. Saint was more than just a little helper he claims to be.
Poor Simeon, it'd be terrible if he couldn't perform with us anymore.
This girl lives in her own little world still. Could you tell me how you set things up for the performance?
Oh, that's not really my area. Simeon took care of all the lifting and carrying. He's such a sweetie. He offered to do everything by telling me to concentrate on the show. I did see him doing something near that well, though.
Well, I recall seeing one behind the stage. I should examine it in more detail.
You should have seen him moving those huge cages around all by himself. He's a total hero.
Weeping all the while.
He was going back and forth between the yard here and some sort of workshop with all the equipment. The prison gave us special permission to use it for storage. But he was the only one who went down there, so I don't know much more than that.
The workshop must be the one where Knight's body was found. I guess this confirms that Mr. Saint was the only performer to have gone into workshop A.
You have to help Mr. Simeon, Mr. Attorney. We're all counting on you.
I may not look it? What is that supposed to mean? Oh, Fifi. What's up?
Oh, Warden Lagarde.
I've been simply dying to sit down for a chat, you exquisite little thing. Alright. That's not creepy at all. I don't want to talk to Lagarde. Oh. Can I look at this better? No. I guess what I did already counts. Okay. We'll see. Do you mind if I ask a little bit about the prison? You sure it was a prison when I first arrived and it was awful? Christ. Awful. I suppose you mean the prisoners were unruly. I most certainly do not. They're angels, every one of them, and they always have been. No, it was the ambiance that was awful. Really? I fretted, I brooded, and then it hit me. The animals, if anyone could brighten up the place, it was them. Isn't it just? Now look at my fabulous little family. Why, my darling Frankie is the very picture of rehabilitation. Except when he's rifling through dead men's pockets. We have so many success stories among the family, but darling Frankie really is a marvel. He's thrown himself into his vocational training and is always the first to volunteer for everything. Oh, of course I do, my dear, of course. They're all such triers, such doers. It's just that Frankie, let's just say he knows what's good for him. What exactly does she mean by that? Anyway, he's a very good boy, so do try to be nice with him, won't you? The loud, soaring music, great leaping animals, the very big circus truly has it all. And everybody who comes here gets to see it once a month. So, we're not... Does Max not work here anymore? Is he not doing his floaty shit? I guess not. She'd better not be thinking of something to confess to. His monthly show is always performed by the Very Big Circus. But of course, sweetie, I'm Regina's biggest fan. That goes my little princess, my superstar. She's so wonderfully talented. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. Gross. And she's so adorable, so sweet. I could just gobble her right up. Which is why I'm worried about her. So worried. It's all because of poor Simeon, you see. If he's found guilty, why, darling Regina will be devastated. So you simply must make sure that doesn't happen, Mr. Lawyer. Please, I'm begging you. If there's anything I can do to help you clear up this awful misunderstanding, you let me know. Regina, darling, you put on the most splendid show for us yet again. Okay. Uh-huh. There were some absences? Must mean Canis and Sawit. We were 3 members, sure. Unbelievable, I know. How will you ever forgive me? I'm sorry, but you're saying 3 inmates didn't attend the show? That's right, sweetie. I counted the seats myself. 1, 2, 3 no-shows. And I always make sure there's enough seats for everybody. Indeed, as far as we were aware, Mr. Canis and Mr. Sarwit were the only ones not present. This doesn't add up. Who was the third missing prisoner and what were they doing? It seems we need to investigate further. Oh, I was enjoying my chat with dear Regina so much I almost forgot. I must feed the little one. Little one? What are you doing, Fifi? Patricia, whatever your name is. Look, a friend! Allie, the alligator, of course. I think that was her name in the fan translation too. She's my favorite, aren't you? Yes, you are.
I'm so jealous. Can I pet her?
Of course, princess, of course. It's, sure as a thing's happening. Yes, let's. Perhaps we can find a clue there as to who our third missing prisoner might be. Hey, Gumshoe. Buddy. Detective, you're not needed elsewhere. So you searched the victim's cell. Did you manage to turn anything up? Only in tiny specks though, but at least it's something. Not quite. It proves a possibility, but it's not conclusive yet. Detective, I must say I'm impressed. Did you hit your head or something? Herblin, welcome in. Gumshoe indeed. I just hope things continue to go in our favor. One of the few men I swoon for, he is a very sweet man. Okay, buddy. I don't like the shading on his hair right here. It looks so, like, weird. This looks like his hair's not made of hair. It goes. I am not feeling that great. I'm really struggling to stay awake, but we're trying our best. I might only stream for, like, another half an hour or so. Him in HD is weird in general, to be honest, yeah. What have you brought me, Gumshoe? 7 secret weapons of Dick Gumshoe, ace detective extraordinaire. Sleepy tiefling or demon. I'm actually not sure what you are. I am a devil tiefling. I speak infernal. Very well, detective. We'll try using your secret weapons. My trusty old metal detector. Thank you. So it detects metal. Very good, detective. Oh, missile! Yay! Especially food. Oh. Oh, it's a fishing rod. Sounds like both. So tieflings have like a lineage. You can be a devil tiefling or a demon tiefling. I think there might be one other that's like new. Zeus is descended from devil tiefling, devil stock. I just happen to have it with me. All right, Gumshoe. I see. Well, onwards and upwards, detective. Let's see what else you have. I thought you said 7. Show you the rest next time. Alright, Gummy. Should add something like that to my beholder borns. Are there different types of beholders? I thought beholders were beholders. In that case, I suppose the 3 you've designed to reveal to us will have to do for now. There are various lesser beholders. There are lesser beholders, I forgot about that. I don't know which one we're supposed to take, I don't remember, but I want the dog. Hey, Missile, here, boy! Aww! So what are we tracking? So we give the pooch a sniff of the body.
Puppy.
Does anyone else smell something sweet? All I smell is the odor of blood. It's cake. Why would the body smell of cake? Who's a good boy? Oh, I guess the dog was the right choice. I just wanted the dog. That's the way to. Then we'll just have to follow after him. Dog is always the answer. Dog is not the answer in the Gord Blake case. Dog just gets you in trouble, but it's very cute. This is Canis's cell, though the man himself is absent, it seems. He's meeting with someone in the visitors room. What you find, buddy? Why are your gums gray? What the fuck is wrong with your Shibu Inu? Bork, 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 bork. Is there something here? Mr. Canis's chess set, complete with a special dog piece. Not inconceivable, some of them are. And this is quite a nice one. Go, huh? Can you play? Play Go Fish! Not the same thing, Kay. Not even close. Cakey! Tea and rice crackers. Mr. Canis clearly doesn't lack for comforts. Complaining to me isn't going to help. Perhaps you should take it up with the man himself. This is... oh, I guess our... we don't get to look at his balls. No! Mr. Canis's chisels. Everyone a potential murder weapon. Okay, honestly. I have no idea what you mean. Have you quite finished? anything else I can look at? Nope, just the thing I need to look at. I'm no woodworker, but perhaps it's an all-purpose one that can be used in a pinch regardless of the job. Is that your opinion as a thief? I walked into that one. Is this cake what you were after? Don't give him chocolate! Daring of you both to assume the food in a prison is safe to eat. Well, daring or dumb. And talk about a waste of time, I suppose we got our just desserts. Get him. Get his ass. Woof 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 woof. I don't know why it's so funny to watch Edgeworth run. Mr. Casaretto's cell. Well, we need to take a look inside. Detective, call the guard. Thank you, officer. A question before we begin. Is the prisoner, Mr. Casaretto, still in solitary? I see. Now, if you'd be as kind to open his cell. He would be so kind as to open his cell. Look, it's Fifi! This punching bag is woof. There were indeed. Quickly, detective, move the sandbag aside. I didn't remember that's where it was. A hole, could this be? Reddit? Whoa there, wait, missile. Wait, stop. Shouldn't be in the cake. I don't think the cake is gonna make your shoulders thicker. He's gone. What a pack of idiots. Well, I'm not going in there. Guess we'll just have to wait. Hello. Okay. Are you alright? The detention center. What? Don't go anywhere. I'm on my way. Okay. Quite. At least I came out unscathed, I think. How did we were in here investigating like yesterday and we didn't notice this shit. Edgeworth, you fucking suck. So that's how they did it. There's no doubt about it. This must be the route that we've been looking for. The corridor connecting the detention center and the prison is locked down by heavy security doors, but with the help of this tunnel it can be circumvented. It was the sweet scent that started this whole search. Could it be that the scent was in fact coming from Knight's body after all? Mr. Knight is delicious! Incidentally, Knight's body was covered in dirt that might have come from being dragged through this tunnel. What's it like down there? You take some pictures. Let's see what you've captured. Look at that. Spoons, a fork, Gussie's wish for digging the tunnel. Paw prints even, from a dog perhaps. Tunnel print data jotted down in my organizer. This is a vital piece of evidence. However, it begs something of a question. Mr. Casaretto has certainly been making use of this tunnel, which means... Detective, we need to find out where Mr. Casaretto is immediately. If my suspicions are correct... The guards were alerted and they began searching for Mr. Casaretto right away. But after a thorough investigation of both the prison and the detention center, he was nowhere to be found. A rather different Warden Lagarde to the one we've seen so far. Mr. Edgeworth, was it? I really can't thank you enough for finding that tunnel, darling. Sadly, it may have been a little too late. It seems he might have already left the building. I'd say that's unlikely, Warden. After all, there's a security gate at the exit to the detention center. You're not suggesting he simply walked through it. What's to say there was only one tunnel, sweetie, I suppose that's true. Well, whatever the case, this is no time to be standing around chit-chatting. Mr. Edgeworth, would you mind continuing with your investigation? It would be my pleasure. And you there, you can get back to your post. On the double. Yeah, what are they? Let's see what they have to tell us about the blood they found in Knight's cell. They've identified the blood and it's Knight's. Stop with the seal clapping, Fender. Creeping me out. We have all the evidence we need. Let's see what Mr. Canis has to say for himself. Oh, Canis? Oh, darlings, are you sure? Do be careful around him, won't you? He's as well connected to the outside as he is in here. I suppose he would have to be. How else would the so-called fixer stay in business? The police have been trying to track down his accomplices for the longest time. Even I've had to lend them a hand myself, you know. So that's what that was all about. You borrowed evidence from the police to help with your investigation, is that correct? Well, yes, sweetie. Everything related to Canis is with me now. Heaven knows how many times I've hauled this secretive scoundrel to my office to talk to me. But no matter what I say or how much evidence I present him with, he simply won't say a word. A prison warden conducting interrogations herself? That's irregular to say the least. Let your guard down, he'll devour you all. Be careful, darlings, you have been warned. We have a whole big crew now. Everybody's here.